Hey, it's AI Community, Christina Marie here. Sorry, I gotta look at my leg. So, I'm worn out. Just posted a video and another video of a flyover. And how interesting enough, that flyover of the Chopper Copper was right after I was getting news about my grandmother being in the hospital with a heart condition. And how ironic that they've also conditioned me to heart attack is what they tell me. Hold on, let me light my screen. Alright, so anyways, who put me in this program? Not really sure. Give you a little background history. I'm an MK Ultra victim. I think most targeted individuals are. I've been targeted my whole life. I just became aware of it a year ago. So who put me in this program? Well, I'm assuming my handler did. I'm assuming that you're not allowed to be awake. That's just the way it is. Because, if you look at, you can go back to Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, came here, preaching, about how we should be and, one love and get rid of these systems and yada, yada, yada. And look what happened. Everybody went against them. The government, the Romans, they all went against him. The cities, everywhere he went, they were all against him and trying to get rid of him. They were chasing and after him. And, he was just, just like wandering in the desert, just going here and there, Then you got to look at, like today, musicians such as Michael Jackson and Prince, for example, are perfect examples as well, today, of targeted individuals and MK Ultra victims, where you notice that they were all fine and dandy until they started preaching the truth in their music, and it was like, hold up, wait a minute. You're not allowed to be awake. You're not allowed to be alive now that you're awake. I think the smear campaign, thank you Most High speaking through me right now, the smear campaign is a distraction to make the target look like a bad individual. So they can basically get consent, basically, of what they're doing without the masses comprehending. Like, they're basically given consent. The distraction, the blindfold for the masses is he's a pedophile. Don't pay attention to the fact that he was awake preaching about chemtrails and the government, how corrupt it is, and how the world needs to be. We need to be loved and hug each other and love each other. He was preaching the truth, and all of a sudden, out of the woodwork, we're calling him a pedophile. Where did that come from? Prince, for example, did the same thing. And he cut cords with, his producer, like whoever, his manager who was over him, and did the symbol, He was so woke, he got rid of the words and turned it into symbolism. And once again, he was murdered. But his cover, his smear campaign was, he's weird, he, dresses weird, acts weird, and he was this and that, da 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 da. They do it to all of them. They do it to all of us. The smear campaigning is not only the distraction for the masses, but it is the distraction for the target as well. Jesus, perfect example. The truth here will not only set you free, but it will get you killed. So, but that's it. Another hit me in my chest once again. But I got a lot of people who ask me, who do I think put me in this program? I think the computer I was connected to all along did. You know, and my handler. Were they waiting for my arrival, like the Bible says? Possibly. Could it be in our DNA strand? Possibly. In our bloodline? Well, how else would they know who we are? I mean, how else would they know who we are and who to target? You know, my grandfather was a targeted individual. He committed suicide at, I believe, the age of 67. And I know for a fact this has been going on my whole life. When I look back, I'm 39 now. When I look back, excuse me, it's not, you can't deny it whatsoever. You can't deny it. So that's all I have, you guys. I hope that helps anybody who's, target individual. Most likely, if you can look back on your life and, say, hey, I've been targeted my whole life, well, then, you're definitely MK Ultra victim. I'm not 100% sure how it works. I'm not sure if, there's targets out there who just rubbed somebody the wrong way, pissed them off, and got put into the program, pissed one of the systems off and got thrown in. But by the looks of things, a lot of people that I've crossed paths with that are targeted individuals are MK Ultra. I've been going through this my whole life. I've just became awake to it. And I believe the system I was connected to notified my handlers, or whoever's doing this to me. Like, ring-a-ding-ding, she just disconnected from AI. So, that's what I think. I guess this is why I'm a high-profile target individual. Because I overthink things, I dissect things to the T, and I pay attention to detail. However, I'm a natural blonde and very naive and slow learner, but and my dog that they murdered. This sucks. This really sucks that we're not allowed to be just our true selves, our highest selves here, and just live. Like right now, like my dream is to own land and a greenhouse and help people and animals, and let me live in a freaking teepee or a tree house and plant stuff and grow stuff and just do awesomeness stuff, and I'm not allowed to do that here. Now my whole life is just being rerouted and torn to shreds so they can push me off a cliff because I know the truth, because I'm awake. Like, this sucks. Why can't they just go away? Just leave. Just go away. Just go. Let us live in peace and love. I don't want to fight anybody. They want to wage a war against me. And really? They want to wage wars against, peacekeepers and truthers and truth seekers, and like, this is insane. All I want to do is love you, and they want to demolish everything. So anyways, before I get carried away and get all in my emotions, I'm going to wrap this up, and I hope this helped you guys. I love you unconditionally. If you're, wondering when you became a target individual, I mean, it's pretty obvious. It takes them years to, get the computer to kind of just map you out, follow you around. It's basically like the AI is stalking you, is how I look at it. So probably when you became aware of it was way back when, is when you became a targeted individual, if they weren't targeting you since birth. But I love you guys unconditionally.